A massive banking crisis could crash the whole crypto market, also for sure Bitcoin. First of all, second and third, we will have Fed meeting on the 7th, the job reports for the next week. Be prepared because it will be very, very deciding for Bitcoin. Let's speak quickly about this week. We saw the GDP and we saw the PCE numbers revealed. So these two numbers are essential for the Fed for the decision regarding the interest rates for the next week for the second and the third. So let's start with the GDP. The GDP came lower than even expected. So the economy slowed down by over 50%. So this is what the Fed wants. The PCE numbers, so the personal consumption index, is the number where the Fed is watching regarding the inflation. So the inflation rose by 0.1%, so even higher than expected. So on one hand, it happens what the Fed want. They try to slow down the economy, but as the economy slows down, the inflation should go down, but the inflation goes up. So what will do the Fed? And I tell you my opinion in a second, and I tell you my opinion not only what is my opinion, but watching based on the regional banking index. So, and we will speak also about Bitcoin, right? And also about my trades. So first of all, let us watch right now the S&P 500. We are in a second. We will watch also the Bitcoin price, S&P regional banking index. And if we are going here to watch on the daily, we see since start of the year we see massive crash in the regional banking index. You see this, right? We even formed something like a bear flag, right? I mean, you see it. It's it looks very, very bearish. So what does it mean? If we are watching here, since this, wait, when I go back again, since start of the year, we saw 3 banks collapsed, right? And if we are watching the index, we see they're not alone. There are a lot of more banks which are about to crash if the Fed tightening even more the interest rates, if they're hiking even more the interest rates. This is one point. The second point is we have a lot of real estates which are about to go on the market. The longer the crisis, the more the people and companies are getting into or forced into selling their houses. And what happens if there's a big how it's called in English, if there are a lot of real estates on the market and there's not much demand because the people have less and less money, what happened? You see the real estate, you see massive real estate crash, right? So on one hand we have the banking crisis, on the other hand we have the real estate crisis which will about to happen, and on the absolute other hand, or at the top, we have the Fed who's trying to manage to control everything. The GDP, you see the economy slowing down, but the inflation going up. So therefore, usually what the Fed should do, because the inflation is going up, they should hike the interest rates even higher so that they fight against the inflation, which is still going up. But they cannot do it, in my opinion. As we saw right now, as we saw here, the regional banking index, which are heavily crashing right now, which clearly is indicating if they hiking even more the interest rates, we will see one to another bank collapsing, and it will not end. It will start with America and will go through the whole world. This is absolutely not what the Fed will want to do. And there's also about a real estate crisis and so on and so on. So this will be not a little recession. This will be massive. I mean, this could be the hugest crisis in the history of the economy or the mankind regarding the economy, right? Therefore, on the second and the third, as I told you, we are expecting the Fed to present what they will do with the interest rates, and I don't expect, facing what we spoke right now about, I don't expect that they will increase the interest rates. If they do, I will sell everything, because they will fuck the whole market. And yes, there are people telling that Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation, and it's very interesting to see how Bitcoin reacts to it, because people say, okay, the only one thing to protect your wealth is Bitcoin in this type of situation, or this is the reason why Bitcoin is created. However, if we see massive crisis in the whole world, people and companies, they will be forced also to sell Bitcoin, because from Bitcoin you cannot eat. You understand, right? You don't have a roof over your head with Bitcoin. Therefore, it will be very interesting to see. I don't expect that they will hike even more the interest rates. And what this leading us, if we are watching the whole year, it leading us to the conclusion that end of the year we are riding into hyperinflation, because if the Fed, the past 3 months, the Fed injected money in the system again. They printed money to save the banks. This is the reason why the PCE numbers go up. So the inflation spiked up. And if they stay with the interest rate hikes as expected, that they're rising it only by 0.25 or 0.5%, we will see still the inflation going up. We could see, therefore, I coming in a second to Bitcoin, therefore expecting that we see still this relief rally further going up to 34, 35K. Let me quickly show you. So therefore, I expecting next week that we possibly, next week, I don't know about this week, we have to watch, I tell you in a second also for hourly traders, but in the big picture for next week, I expecting still that we will reach 34, 35K according to this theory, not a financial advice, all about probabilities, not certainties. Be careful, if you're in a long position, set your stop loss below the weekly support line, so below 25K. But on the big picture, what we're expecting on the big picture, if they stay with the interest rates like it is, because they cannot hike them even more, we will see massive hyperinflation end of the year. This is the conclusion. It's not a financial advice. It's my opinion based on all the economic data which we have, which are in public, right? Tell me your opinion, bratans. It's very interesting for me. What do you think about it? But this is a clear conclusion of it. And this also what back then Michael Burry said, and he redeemed, it's called redeemed. He redeemed his tweet again, but in my opinion, if we consider the whole market situation, this what will happen. And if we are zooming out also on Bitcoin, this would also this would perfectly match with the history of the economy of Bitcoin. What we saw based on the history, we saw exactly this happen. Look at this. We saw exactly this happen. We saw a bull market top, then we saw a massive dump, then we saw relief rally to the upside, and then another dump before the halving, and then we saw a massive relief rally to the upside. So what we are here right now, in my opinion, we are exactly in this phase right now. We are exactly in this phase in the relief rally. You see, this is the exactly phase of the relief rally. I'm expecting that we will still reach here 35K. This our massive 2 years resist line, this red line, and then see massive dump to $8,000 or sorry, not $8,000, but at least below 20K or even $8,000. It depends how big the recession will be, or if the crash will massive. 2024, 2025, I'm expecting massive bull run after the halving. This is what I'm expecting on the big picture, bratans. For hourly trader and day traders, I expecting still for hourly day traders, as I told you, swing traders, I still expect to go to 35K. If you're in a long position, make sure your stop is below the weekly. For our hourly traders, in my opinion, just make sure if you are in a short position, we could still here go to 28,000. In case we are breaking here 28,000, this daily support line 28,650. The next support line would be here at around 27,800, the weekly support line. So this could be possibly a short opportunity in case we are breaking this daily support line, bratans. Tell me what do you think all about it, and don't forget, if you want to join our Telegram group where you have all the save the data every week, where you have two altcoin signals for hourly traders, especially 2 signals a day, and you have a Discord channel there, you have a crypto trading course absolutely for free. If you want to join it and get $100 long position for free and a bonus up to $30,000, link is in the description. Just make registration to this Bybit link and you see all the information there, bratans. Thank you everyone for watching. I kiss you and see you later. Mwah.